Hello lovers of Kizzy Fashion. Welcome to another episode of Everything Hair. So guys, I'm going to be showing you the foundation for a perfect glueless wig. So make sure you stay tuned and you watch till the end. Hello besties, it's your favorite girl Bubu Kizzy Fashion. Follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Facebook. So connect with me. Make sure you like, you subscribe, and you turn on notification because I post amazing tutorials back to back. So guys, yes, let's get started. So I'm going to be using this polymer head I got. So I really want to recommend this wig because it's true to size and it's just the best. So like I said, I just got this, so I'm going to be doing the unboxing and I'm going to be posting a video about the unboxing. So I'm just trying to show you how perfect this wig is. This polymer head is for wigging. As you can see, it has all its markations. It has, and it's 1 inch ish. That means you can use it to wig. You can follow it as your measurement. You don't need to stress yourself. No hassle, no tassel. And like I mentioned, this polymer head is true to size. You can see the polymer head says size 21 and it will definitely give you a size 21. So yeah guys, so when doing your glueless wig, obviously you know that measurement is key. So I'm going to first of all measure this polymer head and see what the front to nape looks like here. So we can all have a 21 head size circumference, but this does not guarantee the fact that our ear to ear measurement can be the same or our front to nape measurement can be the same. So yeah, so when you're doing your measurements, you're going to measure your mannequin head and you're going to measure your client's head. And if let's say your mannequin head is a 14 or a 13 and your client's head is a 12 or 11, you're going to take out 1 inch or 1.5 or 2 inches from the front of your canvas head so that you can accommodate and fit your client's head perfectly, just like I'm doing here. I had to take out, I think it was an inch or 1.5 inch, I think. Guys, it's been long I recorded this video, so you're going to pardon me. So yeah, so next we're going to be taking the ear to ear measurement. So yeah, so I'm just trying to divide this into two and see where the top is going to sit because you know your head is not a straight ruler. So when I have the middle part, I can then decipher where the ear can be and where the other ear can be. But if I want to take a continuous measurement, I might have errors. And like I said, measurement is key when it comes to glueless wigging. So when I have the measurement, I'm going to pin this down exactly where the point is. Yeah, so when I have that settled, I can now take out the pins. I can now take out my measuring tape and maintain the pins in its position. So yeah, so we're just going to measure this one more time because we want to be perfect. Yeah, we want to have exactly what we need. So yeah, so as you can see, I did measure it and it was 11 and it was okay, it was perfect. So now we're moving to the nape. So like I said, just because your client's head circumference is 21 doesn't mean their nape to nape, their front to nape, their ear to ear is going to be the same. You still have to take your client's measurements and you still have to pinpoint the exact position on your mannequin head. So yeah, so I'm going to basically be doing what I did at the front and I'm going to be doing it at the nape. So I'm going to decipher the center of our measurement. If it's a 5, you're going to take a 2.5. If it's a 4, you're going to take a 2. And we're going to pin both sides. That's I'm going to pin at the angle of 1 and I'm going to pin at the other angle, be it a 4 where my client's head ends. And I'm going to make sure the middle is actually in the middle. The English is not English. Stay with me guys. So we want to make sure our middle is following our canvas head because we already have a guide there's no need stressing yourself. That's why we're going to make sure that our middle is at the center of our canvas head, and then we can take 2 inches to the left and 2 inches to the right. So after doing that, I'm going to remove the pin, bring down my wig cap, and I'm going to pin it down with the pin together. So we're just trying to transfer the measurements to our wig cap. So that's what we're trying to do. So I'm going to pin the other section down as well. After measuring, you're going to take out your pins and you're going to bring down your wig cap and you're going to pin it down. Make sure you're pinning it down in the exact location where you took out the pin from. So here's what it's looking like. And like I said, I'm a perfectionist, so I need to go through this over and over and over and over to make sure that I have the exact measurements. So yeah, I think it's perfect. We have an 11. Yeah. So moving on. So yeah, so here's what measurement is looking like. So guys, now we're going to go into reduce our wig cap. After taking your measurements, you're going to reduce your wig cap so that you can have that snug fit. So when I'm doing my frontals, I love to reduce my wig cap to the front of the hair since I'm just going to cut off that excess part out. But if I'm doing the closure, I take my reduction to the back of the head. But whichever way works best, guys, there's really no specific rule for you to follow. So I'm just going to bring my wig cap forward and I'm going to pin down the excess areas. Pinning this down is just acting as a guide for what I'm going to be sewing down. So I'm going to speed this up so I don't waste a lot of your time, but I guess you can see what I'm doing. You're just bringing your cap forward and you're pinning it down, getting rid of the excess lace. So when you're done, we're going to thread our needle. In case you don't know how to thread a needle, here's a tutorial for you. You're welcome. So yeah, after doing that, you're going to make a knot at the end of your thread. I'm going to double this because the first one just went through it. So yeah, I'm using a C needle. I think it's just convenient for me. You can use a straight needle, whatever works best for you. And we're going to do our first knot and we're going to double it and make sure it's safe and secured. So yeah. So after pinning down your measurements, you could use your machine to reduce this or you could use your hand, but I really don't see any need using my machine since I'm going to be sewing down my frontal as well. So I just rather reduce this with my hand and then sew down my frontal, and when I'm done I draw my guides and then I use my machine to sew down my lefts. So yeah, but like I said, after pinning this down you can remove your cap and you take it to your machine and then you sew this down. It's actually going to make it look more clean and stylish and fancy. Yeah, so I definitely recommend that if you want. So yeah, so you're just going to take your time and you're just going to make the stitches a little bit short. Like, don't rush it, don't make the stitches too spaced out, right? Yeah, so you have to take your time. Like I said, this is a tutorial for glueless wigging, specifically for glueless wigging. If you're doing a normal wigging or you're just wigging a unit that the client can install, you don't need to follow all these tedious process because you can see there's a lot of maths involved, there's a lot of precision involved, and there's a lot of time and energy consumed. So yeah, definitely don't do this if the client didn't specifically request for this and is actually paying for this. So yeah guys, I'm done with that and you can see how clean it's looking. You can see how well fitted the cap is. It's no longer loose, it's no longer big, looking big or whatnot. So yeah, so when you have this down guys, this is literally the foundation for your glueless wig. This is literally the foundation. So measurement is key. Measurement is the most important. So after doing that, I'm just going to take out the pins I used to secure our cap down, and I'm going to measure this on my head. So this was my wig I was making to show you guys an example. So yeah, if you're doing this for a customer, then you're just going to go down and sew your closure or your frontal, whatever you're using. Obviously a frontal because it's a glueless wig. But like I said, I just wanted to show you what it looks like after doing a good job. So if you've done these adjustments, specifically follow these adjustments and this measurement, and you put this wig cap on your head and it's not fitted, like you have to redo it, I'm sorry, but you can see how well this is sitting. Like, pardon my hair, guys, we all know what hairstylist hair looks like. So yeah, pardon my hair, but you can see how fitted it is. And before you come for me for the hair that you can see showing at the sides, normally your wig cap is not going to go down that low. Yeah, that's why when taking your measurements, you need to be very careful and very precise. So yeah, so after doing that, I'm just going to fit them back into the spaces where I took out the pins from. As you can notice, I didn't completely remove the pins. I just put them at the very position so I can fit this wig back for my frontal placement. So make sure you stay tuned and turn your notification because I'm going to be showing you how to properly place your frontal and how to machine wig. Stay tuned and thanks for watching. Bye bye.